Hey guys, my name is Gabby. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reacting to my 5-star predictions video. I made this 5-star predictions video in January, and it included 6 books in the video that I thought I would give 5 stars, and I have read 5 out of the 6 of those books, and the 6th book I tried to get into, couldn't get into it, wasn't gonna happen. So I decided I should just film this reaction video because I don't want to be waiting on that final 6th book for ever. So I'm gonna be watching the video and reacting to the books that I thought I would give 5 stars to. I remember 3 out of the 6 that I thought I would give 5 stars, but I can't remember which other ones I thought I would give 5 stars. I am going to start the video now. Hey guys, my name is Gabby. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm gonna be filming a new 5-star predictions video. I very recently did a reaction to my last 5-star predictions video, which I'll be putting the links for in the description if you want to watch any of those videos. Last time, it didn't go so well, not gonna lie. I only had 1 of the 5 books that I predicted ended up being 5 stars, and the rest ended up being pretty low ratings. I mean, I had 1 that was 4-star, 1 that was 3-star, and 2 that were 2 stars. This time, I am much more certain and confident about these books being 5-star books than I was before. And so this time I have 6 books that I'm going to tell you that I am feeling like all 6 of these are going to be 5-star books. Once again, I will be absolutely shocked if these books are not 5-star ratings for me, and that's saying a lot because I do not give out 5-star ratings very often. I just don't, okay? It's extremely rare for me because I try to think of it like I'm putting these books amongst some of my favorite books of all time, and that's saying that this book is just as good as all of my other favorite books of all time if I give it 5 stars. I will be shocked though if these books don't get 5 stars. That's how confident I am that I'm going to love them. I have 3 of them in my possession, and then the other 3 are either books that I don't currently own or books that haven't come out yet. The first book that I'm going to be predicting that I will give 5 stars to is The Nightingale by Kristin.
Yes!
Everyone fucking loves this book.
Okay, yes. The Nightingale was actually a 5-star book for me. It became one of my favorite books of all time. Oh my gosh, okay, this might be the only one, honestly. I can't remember the rest, but yes, 5 stars. Boom. So far, we're off to a better start than we were the last time I made this reaction video. That's fantastic. The Nightingale, 5 stars. Amazing. One of the best books I've ever read. Okay, let's skip to the next book. I'm positive that I will. The second book I want to talk about is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. This one is also extremely hella hyped right now. And I'm not putting these books on my list I did read Where the Crawdads Sing. Didn't love it as much as I thought I was going to, but I still really enjoyed it. I think it ended up being a 3.5 out of 5 for me. It was good. It just wasn't quite 5-star amazingness that I was expecting because everybody was telling me that this book was so good, you have to read this book before you die kind of thing. And this book was good, it just wasn't as good as I had expected it to be. I don't know, I think I created a lot of hype for this book in my head, and it just didn't really live up to those expectations, unfortunately. But I still think that this book was good. I still think it's worth reading. So yeah, 3.5 out of 5, so not exactly a 5. Alright, next one. Yeah. The third book that I'm absolutely certain I'm going to give 5 stars to is Daisy Jones and the Six by Jenkins Reid. This book doesn't come out until March.
Oh my gosh.
I've requested this book. Pause again. Daisy Jones and the Six is a book that I have a weird relationship with. Okay, because I did read this book in January. I read the physical, e-arc thing of it in January, and I hated it. I ended up giving it 2 out of 5 stars, and I was like, what the hell? Because when I made this video, I didn't know that Daisy Jones and the Six was going to be told entirely in interview format. And that just really did not work as a writing style for me. I just found it very hard to get into. I couldn't connect with any of the characters because of it, and it was just very hard to get into and strange because literally every scene, there's no scenes of them just being the band. Every single moment in this book is an interviewer being Daisy Jones and the Six did this in the 70s, and then it would be Daisy, and then she'll comment on it, and then Billy, he'll comment on it, and like members of the band will talk about what happened in their lives. And like literally the entire book is like a reflection on Daisy Jones and the Six and their time as a band. And I was just bored out of my goddamn mind reading the physical book. But then I actually listened to the audiobook in March. I listened to the audiobook because everybody was saying the audiobook is like amazing, 10 out of 10, so good. And so I listened to the audiobook, and it has like a full cast of different voice actors on it, because each different character in this book gets a different voice actor, and it really like brings these characters to life and brings the story to life, in my opinion, because you're just hearing them all talk about this band. Like, it's really cool. But I still ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars after listening to the audiobook. Like, I definitely enjoyed the story a lot more in the audiobook than the physical version, but still, it's not quite a 5-star book for me. It was definitely a 4-star read for me. Like, it wasn't my favorite. I think the main reason why I wasn't able to give this one 5 stars, even though I did really enjoy it, is because it didn't quite live up to Taylor Jenkins Reid's other books, in my opinion. Like, I think Evelyn Hugo is way 5-star, like off the scale, off the charts 5 stars for me. And then this book was just like, it was really good, but like I just couldn't give it that 5-star rating, you know? It just wasn't quite there. I forgot I had Daisy Jones on this list. Like, that is such a strange, like, I usually never reread books that I originally give 2 stars, but because it's Taylor Jenkins Reid and because she's my favorite author, I was like, I need to give this book another chance. And if people say the audiobook is good, then that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, so moving on to the next
4th
book.
one on my list is Tin Man.
This
This one I'm feeling like it's gonna be a 5-star read because it's
Stop. Okay. This is actually the only one that I didn't actually read. I started reading this book a couple weeks ago, and I noticed that this book has no quotation marks around the dialogue, and that, if you know, like, if you've watched some of my stuff, you know by now that that's kind of like a huge pet peeve of mine. Like, it almost like completely takes me out of the story, and I cannot get invested because like I have to reread every single line that I'm reading because I don't even realize that it's dialogue, and I just hate it. I hate that writing style so much. I wish it wasn't even a thing. But like, I didn't realize that about this book when I made this video. This book also is kind of like a historical fiction. It takes place in like the 1950s or something, and I just could not get into this book for the life of me. Like, I tried to pick this book up and read it a few different times, and I was only able to get like 15 or 20 pages into it every single time I was picking it up, and I was just like, you know what, this isn't gonna happen. Not a fan of the writing style. It's just whatever, it's fine. Like, I thought it was gonna be 5 stars, but I couldn't even get through the first 30 pages, so yeah.
I think that I'm gonna give 5 stars to is The Dreamers by Karen Thompson Walker. This book sounds like something I would so enjoy, and it's been getting rave reviews. Like, everyone is
Okay, The Dreamers is a book that I believe I ended up giving a 3-star or 3.5 star to. I thought that I was going to give this book 5 stars because the premise sounded absolutely amazing. And if you didn't know what the premise is, it's basically like they said all these girls are like falling asleep and not being able to wake back up. The whole thing, it's like this mystery. They're like, what's going on with these girls? Why are they falling asleep and not being able to wake up? And I was just so intrigued because I thought this book was going to be kind of sci-fi, like kind of like figuring out what the hell is wrong with these girls. But honestly, this book isn't really about that. This book is kind of more of just like a character study of like many different characters that are going through this experience of people falling asleep and not waking up. I just think I had like false expectations going into this book. This book does not explain at all what is happening to these people, which kind of like drove me up the wall because like I'm a very curious person. Like, I need some answers. I need to know what's going on. This book is definitely more 100% character study, contemporary novel, and not really at all sci-fi. It doesn't really explain anything about the sci-fi element of this book, which is kind of what drove me nuts, just because like I just wanted to know. And I felt like I was like reading it and I was just like, is it ever gonna like give us some kind of clue as to what the hell is going on? And I guess that wasn't really the point of this book, so it just left me feeling a little bit disappointed, which sucks because like if I had gone in knowing what it was going to be, I probably would have liked it a lot more, but I just had like false expectations. I don't know why. So yeah, this was like a solid 3.5 out of 5. All right, let's go to the last one. I think I know what the last one is too, and I'm not happy about it.
One that I think that I'm gonna give 5 stars to is 99% Mine by Sally Thorne. And the reason why I think I'm gonna give this one 5 stars is because this one, 99% Mine, I actually ended up giving 2 stars to. It was not my jam at all. I think I only said it was going to be a 5-star prediction video because Sally Thorne had written one of my favorite books of all time, The Hating Game. That, I guess, is not enough of a reason to think a book's going to be 5 stars. Like, just because you gave another book 5 stars by the same previous author does not mean that the next book is going to be 5 stars because, no. And oh my gosh, you guys, I could not give 2 shits about these characters. Like, this book was just written so poorly. And it was so boring to read about, and like, because they were childhood friends or whatever, they had all these like inside jokes from their childhood or whatever, but it would give you like no explanation or insight on like why that's their inside joke, so it would just be like so confusing to read. The book was just so bad. It was so weird, and I did not like it, and it was a 2 out of 5, which makes me sad. And now I'm kind of like hesitant to pick up anything by Sally Thorne in the future because I'm like, I loved The Hating Game with all of my being, but like 99% Mine was so bad, like so bad. Okay, and that is all for that. I think only one of them again ended up being 5 stars. Like, how fucking sad is that? Nightingale ended up being 5 stars for me, and Daisy Jones and the Six kind of ended up being a 4-star for me, even though it was originally a 2-star. And then The Dreamers and Where the Crawdads Sing fell somewhere around like a 3 out of 5 for me, and then 99% Mine was a 2-star. So I mean, like, ratings were a little bit on the higher end for this prediction video than the last prediction video, but like at the same time, like, there was only one book that actually ended up being 5 stars again. So god, maybe I'm just like really bad at being able to determine what is going to be a 5-star read just by looking at it. Like, I don't know. Or I think I tend to get like false expectations and think it's going to be something that it's not, and then I get disappointed when I read what it actually is, even though that's like not really fair to the book, I think, because like I created those false expectations myself. That is all for these 5-star predictions, and I guess I'm gonna have to make another 5-star predictions video coming up here pretty soon, because I already have a few books in mind that I'm thinking I'm gonna give 5 stars to, but like now I'm seriously doubting myself because I clearly suck at this. Like, out of the like what 10 books that I've predicted so far, only 2 have actually been 5 stars. So cool. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. Let me know what your thoughts are on any of these books. Like, were any of these books also 5 stars for you? Or were you disappointed by any of these books? Like, did you think that they were also going to be 5-star books for you, and then you read them and you were like, no? Let me know, and thank you guys so much for watching as always. I'll have to make a new 5-star predictions soon, so be on the lookout for that, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks.